At this point we've decided to put a ribbon in. We got some kind of a leather strip, and we're going to leave it a little bit long coming out the other end, and put it right in the middle. I would suggest anyway, not that I'm an expert, and I would glue it down about this far. So this is the only place you're going to have glue on this spine. I'm going to do it like this with this piece of paper, and hopefully this is going to work. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here on, yeah, whichever side, that side, like that. So let's just glue that like that. Let's put a little bead of glue down here, about that far, just so. Oops. Take my putty knife and get that off the spine. And now we're going to bring this around. Put the wet side down to it, and I think once that glues, there's not going to be a lot of pressure on that, so that's good. It will put a little bit of ridge that you might see through the back, but I think that's all right. Yeah, it may not hold. We'll see. Okay, we're down to the gluing the other side, which is the back side. And so remember, no glue on the spine, no glue on the leather that comes to the spine. Roll it up, mark that line right there. And since we decided we're going all the way to the edge with the glue, it really doesn't matter that much that you line it out up here. But just, to get an idea about where we're going to be, we don't have to go all the way out there. We'll do that. Okay? And now we're going to do the same thing on this side that we did on the other side. Glue on here with a backing so you don't get it all over the other pages, and glue on there. We want to roll this over tight. This is all glued up on both sides now. We want to roll it over tight, kind of push it that way. Push it that way. And we're just going to do the same thing we did on the other one. Roll it down. It's in place. Kind of press. So it makes its contact. I guess that's what makes contact cement, and then smack it. Especially up towards the edges. There it is. And that's the basic connection of the cover. We're good. Good. We got just the right margins coming around that edge there. So we're going to cut that down. And it's great to have a see-through ruler like this, and you can get them at craft shops, or borrow one from a buddy that's got one. And you decide how far you want the edge to go out past your Bible. And I kind of like to leave them, I would probably leave close to that much. But with this, you lay it down so where you can see through to the edge of the Bible. Decide just how wide you want it, and then you take your knife, hold this down really hard, and cut. And I would cut sort of a couple of cuts to get it through, but I do it from this side. Okay, we got a little bit ahead of ourselves and we didn't actually film us doing this, but once you've got these edges cut all the way around, and to do that you take this same ruler and you lay it down in here and you cut up as far as you can, and with this blade, so you reach up there a little bit and cut into that notch. And so once you've got this cut all the way around, you're going to have a little piece of leather in there that needs to be trimmed across, and you just take your scissors or your knife if you want to and just trim across, and it ends up like that. And now this is ready to cut the corners, and here's how I do the corners. I get off the edge of the board that I'm going to cut on. I hold this thing up and I cut a couple of times. I try to measure out pretty close visually. I just cut that down, and then I cut again so it's kind of rounded. And then the other way to do it is to just take your scissors and cut around the corner. Either way works good, whichever way you like to do it. But that's not a bad corner that way. And I might come back and trim that a little bit more. So that's it, 4 corners. And there is the cover with a Raiders fan holding it.
Raiders.
And that's before we put any kind of fastener around it. The edges are trimmed and it's ready for use.